I want to bring up my friend Chef Rob.
Soy, water, a little bit of salt. That's it.
I will not be able to tell the difference between these meatballs and my mother's. The smell is amazing here right now. Greatest plant-based pizza ever to be made in the entire universe. No fake news. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando. I'm Chef Leo Spizzeri, and we're here in the Pizza University booth. I'm here live on location with something very special like always, but you know how we always start my show? Ciao amici! I'm Leo Spizzeri. Today what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be talking to you about all things plant-based. At Pizza University, we have a lot of interesting collaborators in all different parts of the spectrum. And this one is something that, to me, I had to try it to believe it. But once I tried it, guys, I'm telling you, you're in for something special. I'd like to start by introducing a guy that I want to call a new friend. A company that we're dealing with, a great collaborating sponsor to Pizza University called PAOW. I want to bring up my friend Chef Rob from PAOW. Welcome. There you go. So, first of all, before we start, can you tell me a little bit about where you're from and how this all started?
Okay. PAOW, the letters PAOW mean people in our world.
People and our world.
We're a 100% plant-based program. Everything that we do is clean. We have 3 ingredients. We have soy, water, a little bit of salt. That's it. If it's got a flavor, it has a flavor to it. Just season it.
Okay, now
very clean.
We got something in the oven. I want to make sure that you got that in the oven under control. We're not burning anything because I got a surprise. I want to make a pizza, but I want you guys to help me top it and to say for the first time ever, we're going to make it the most amazing, greatest plant-based pizza ever to be made in the entire universe.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. I'm excited. Let me get my peel. Let me get set up. Chef Rob told me that I will not be able to tell the difference between these meatballs and my mother's. I don't know. You never met my mother. She's pretty picky. If she sees you, she might show up at your front door, but I'm going to do it like this. What are we going to do? I need a little semolina like this. So it's still a pizza school, guys, right? I'm going to teach you how to make a pizza. I'm going to stretch right here in front of you. This dough ball, in case anybody's taking notes, this dough ball is 500 grams. Most people would use this maybe for a 14 to 16-inch pizza. I like to do this maybe about a 18 to 20. Maybe I'm showing off, huh? I don't know. When I do a New York style pizza, this is pretty cool because when we think of New York style pizza, these aren't the ingredients, but the recognizable factor of saying, I'm going to make a Philly cheesesteak pizza, or I'm going to make a sausage and pepper pizza, or I'm going to make a meatball, maybe we would say Parmigiana, but I don't have the Parmesan. So when we start talking about these, how can we go from taking something that everybody knows and uses every single day to something saying, I'm going to try something for the first time, and when I taste it, it should be similar to the original, right? So I'm pushing this dough out. When I do this dough has been sitting for a day. When we do this style of pizza, you notice this dimpling. The reason why I feel my pizza maybe eats a little bit better than the guy next door to me is because I'm not smashing the dough. All the air bubbles from this are trapped in here now. You can see. This is how we take a good pizza and make it great. Now, from here, we can either do the classic New York toss. We can kind of do one of these. It's this simple. One of the hardest things right now in New York pizza, and everybody wants to open a slice shop, is that we can't find anybody to stretch dough anymore. It's a horrible thing. This is what our goal is at Pizza University, to teach people how to make pizza. Now, hopefully it's round. Let me get a little sauce, and then we're going to get to work. Now, Frankie, I got a question for you. When you use your cheese, would you prefer to have it on the tomato sauce, or would you prefer to have it on top of all the ingredients?
On the tomato sauce.
So you prefer it on top of the tomato sauce. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to show me what the right amount is for this.
Very common misconception with Selfish Cow is that operators tend to overdo it on the cheese. historically in the plant-based sector, you don't get a great melt on a lot of the products. You'll see here as we demonstrate, you could use a little bit less of our cheese, and the spread is going to be phenomenal on the pie.
Tell me if I'm going too heavy, okay?
No, it's looking perfect, Chef.
I'm watching you put cheese on like a cheese guy, not a pizza guy.
That's perfect. I think you're good there. You put a little sprinkle maybe in the middle.
Just a little. You got it. You're like.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now, chef, please come on over. I want you to decide what's the next. Are we gonna do Philly? Are we gonna do sausage? Are we gonna do meatballs? What do you want to do?
Let's do the sausage first.
Sausage first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go. Dress this one up. Now, this sausage, it looks like there's black pepper, right? What else is inside of here?
It's got the fennel in it. It's got everything that makes a sausage, just seasonings. Again, our product is very clean, so it only has seasonings, nothing bad in it. Has no process, has no fillings. It's all just clean products, just ingredients.
So, to me, if I look at it really close, it looks like almost like it doesn't look like mushrooms, but what is it made out of?
It's a soy product.
Oh, soy.
Okay. We have a soy product, and it's a crumble.
Okay.
So all we do is we season it, and we mix it up, and we make pizzas.
Now, chef, I'm going to tell you, the one thing that we see a lot of, especially in my classes at Pizza University, I get to teach a lot of chefs.
Yes, sir.
And the one thing I'll tell you is that chefs are not pizza guys.
No.
And when we see a pizzeria, we see a restaurant, especially a fine dining one, that has a pizza, it's because some kids need a cheese pizza to eat with their parents' tomahawk steak.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So, it's always like an afterthought.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you one bit of advice as a chef.
Please do.
When you spread your ingredients, I want you to go more to the edge and not worry so much about the middle. Because as the pizza bakes, everything already wants to kind of go this way. So if you start here, it'll be balanced. This, to me, it looks like a beautiful amount of sausage. But there's no sausage in it.
No.
But every other component, salt, pepper, garlic, fennel,
Yes, sir.
everything else is
Everything
in
that
here.
makes a sausage.
I love it.
Except it's plant-based.
What else are we going to put on here? How about we say, hey, I got some, you got to see, I had the wood-fired oven over here this morning. I roasted some peppers and onions in here.
Oh, beautiful.
Throw a handful of those. Give them a nice sprinkle. Oh, you put them on like you paid for these things. Put them on there.
Or you... There you go.
Love it. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you. Whenever we work on a peel, this board is called a pizza peel. If you didn't know this before, you got to make sure that there's no liquid, no moisture, because the idea now is that if we make a good dough, I shouldn't be able to be afraid to stretch this dough.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh?
Wow.
Now, we open this up like this. And then the last thing we always do, New York pizza, last thing we always do, give it a little jiggle. Make sure it wants to move. From here, we're going to go in the oven. My oven is set right at 500 degrees. This is an electric oven, but this oven actually has a pretty cool story too. This oven is electric oven, and we're going to let this bake for a second. Electric oven from my friends across the way at Mara. Unselfish plug, right? This oven is the first. It's an innovation. Anybody who's ever used a gas deck oven, New York style pizza, Blodgett, Baker Pride, Marsala, all those, gas deck oven, you only have one temperature to set. Electric ovens, the whole beauty is that you got top and bottom heat, independent. These guys, Mara, the first company to ever take the control module, there's a setting in the programming that you could flip to run like my oven right here. One temperature, and it regulates top and bottom like an electric oven by itself. So now anybody who's afraid, say, oh, I've been making pizzas in a gas oven, I can't do electric because blah, 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 blah. This oven does it, and we're going to prove it today. 500 degrees, pizza's in the oven. Should we make one more, boys? Since the chef told me these meatballs are as good as my mom's, I think we should give it a fair chance and make the meatballs look like my mom's. Let me stretch this dough, and in a few seconds, my lovely assistant is going to be bringing me a bowl. Look at that. And here's the bowl. Great job, Frankie. Big round of applause for Frankie Cusimano from Cheese Merchants. Great job. Again, same dimpling on this crust. I'm going to show off now, unlike Leo, right? I'm going to show you a different stretch, which is not conventional for this style of pizza, but it's the way I learned how to stretch dough, and it's the one I feel most comfortable with. I'm an ambassador for the United States, for the Associazione Verace Pizza Napolitana, the governing agency of Neapolitan pizza for the entire world, all right? If we were to make Neapolitan dough, this dough ball would be this big. And we make a 12-inch pizza, 30 centimeters, Reynolds County. We do a method called a schiaffo, slapping method, right? Your grandmother, your mother, schiaffo, I guess everybody, right? This is the schiaffo. 500 grams schiaffo. Let's see if we can make it happen. Wow, I think we're there. Wow. Is that nuts or what? King, yeah?
Perfect.
Beautiful. Oh, wait until you guys see this pizza in the oven. It smells freaking good, man.
It's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okay, I got my base. These are the meatballs. The meatballs were roasted in the oven. Plant-based meatballs roasted in the oven. They've actually got this beautiful roasted color to them, right?
Absolutely.
Do me a favor. Put like a couple dozen of these in. Maybe not, but maybe a dozen. That's good.
You didn't pay for this either. We're good.
We didn't. You're learning. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this Italian tomato sauce like this. I'm going to get a glove. What we're going to do. Before we put this sauce, I want you to put the same amount of cheese on here. In this bowl, I've got the plant-based PAOW meatballs. I've got the Ciao Authentica, the Italian tomato, the San Marzano tomatoes in here. I'm going to give these a toss because a meatball should have sauce on it, right? Frankie's putting the mozzarella. I'm going to put the sauce and the cheese and the meatballs. Spread it a little bit more. Bravo. Good. Like this. Very nice. I think you need a little splash. I know a guy over there. Don't worry. It's all paid for. Good, good. Now, if we have this like this is the part of my job I love. We're going to get very emotional. What if we give a little squeeze like this? Watch this. These feel like a beautiful, tender meatball.
Yeah.
Right?
When you taste it.
At this point, tell me that anybody walking by would say, oh, he's making a meatball pizza on a New York crust. I think that's the whole point here, folks.
That's the idea.
Look at this. Look what we're going to do. Now, if you've ever been to Brooklyn or any of those boroughs on that side, sometimes you hear a pizza called upside down, reverse. There's a lot of different names for it, right? We would take these like little dollops of sauce, just like this. Watch this. Not too much. Now, I remember, Frankie, in Chicago, we worked on a project together with this Selfish Cow. And you told me at one time, if you want to help the browning on this pizza, what do? You
gotta cook a little bit longer and a little bit higher temperature.
And what about putting a little bit of oil?
A little bit of olive oil on top as well. You're exactly right. Exactly
you
right.
told me. Of course I gotta be right. Okay. This is good. I think this is plenty of sauce. Now the idea here is that the sauce and everything that's on top over here is going to kind of blend together with all the cheese. I'm going to give a beautiful ring of really good olive oil. This particular olive oil, this is from my friends out in California called Corto. This is the Truly. Give it a little shake. Give a little pull. There we go. Frankie, bring that bag of cheese over here. I think we want it a little cheap over here. I need a little bit more cheese. Fill it up, brother. There we go. chef was like, "Oh my God, the pizza's still in the oven."
No, it's beautiful.
That's right. We're really cooking here, cuz.
Look at that cheese melted. Perfect.
Look at this. I can't believe it.
Wow.
And if you guys
Wow.
come close and smell what's coming out of this oven, it's pretty freaking amazing.
That cheese melted.
Okay,
Perfect.
here we go. Next one is going in.
Beautiful. Wow.
Okay, we're gonna let this cook because then I got some ideas about when this comes out of the oven. Now, Chef, if anybody wants to know more about PAOW
Yes.
and all the history of your company and where to get it, where do we send them?
So we're over in booth 1265. We are PAOW. If you go to www.getpow.com, that's where you find us online.
Get PAOW, PAOW.com.
Getpow.com.
Get
That's where you
PAOW.
find us online. We have recipes there. We have everything you can ask for. Plus, we have a whole lot of other products outside of just these three that we showed.
That's amazing. So I think looking at this pizza, my pizza is really close to being done here. Oh. Guys, I'm telling you, if I didn't tell you what's up there for this pizza,
Wow.
is this the coolest freaking thing or what?
Beautiful.
The cheese is melted on this. Plant-based. Come over here.
I love it. Love it.
Look at this. Sausage and peppers.
Wow.
Plant-based. Collaboration.
Perfect.
PAOW
Beautiful.
and selfish cow. It's meant to go together.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to go together.
Absolutely.
Now, the last thing we gotta do, cut it. The crunch. This is a real New York dough from a guy from Chicago. The smell is amazing here right now. Everything on here, this pizza, we could say is 100% vegan.
That's 100% big.
Correct?
Yes.
I have a real vegan in the booth with me right now, validating my statement. No fake news. Good. If you like to learn about cooking and pizza, we have this school, which is 15 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. Place called Pizza University. I'm the director of education. We do live classes and online classes.
Right there.
You can check out our classes at pizzauniversity.org. We do amazing things. We love Italian food, but we love everything about food.